Hi, I'm Linda Reimer, one of the librarians at the Southeast Steuben County Library. Welcome to Library Connections, our weekly readers, viewers, and listeners advisory video cast. And my buddy Winston is helping me today. Library Connections number 53. This is the Friday, May 21st, 2021 edition of Library Connections. Jumping right in with the top 5 fiction bestsellers of the week. At number 1, the new Stacey Abrams novel, While Justice Sleep. When Justice Wynne slips into a coma, his law clerk, Avery Keene, must unravel the clues of a controversial case. At number 2, Sully by John Grisham. Samuel Suleiman receives a basketball scholarship to North Carolina Central and determines to bring his family over from a Civil War-ravaged South Sudan. At number 3, The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. Hannah Hall discovers truths about her missing husband and bonds with his daughter from a previous relationship. At number 4, just in time for summer, the new Jennifer Werner book, That Summer. Daisy Shoemaker receives emails intended for a woman leading a more glamorous life and finds there is more to this accident. And I have to say, I think the New York Times could have added one more line to that, because what accident would be my response. I'm digressing. Anyway, the point is, it's just about summer, and That Summer is going to be a great summer read. And having said that, let's move on to number 5. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Opposites Poppy and Alex meet to vacation one more time in hopes of saving their relationship. And there will be another great summer read. And on to the top 5 nonfiction bestsellers of the week. At number 1, Killing the Mob by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard. The 10th book in the conservative commentator's Killing series looks at organized crime in the United States during the 20th century. At number 2, Yearbook by Seth Rogen, a collection of personal essays by the actor, writer, producer, director, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. And that list makes me tired. That's a lot of stuff he's doing, but I digress. At number 3, Billie Eilish by Billie Eilish, a memoir by the multiple Grammy Award-winning recording artist. At number 4, The Premonition by Michael Lewis, stories of skeptics who went against the official response of the Trump administration to the outbreak of COVID-19. And at number 5, What Happened to You by Bruce D. Perry and Oprah Winfrey, an approach to dealing with trauma that shifts an essential question used to investigate it. Our first recommended read for this week is the new Adele Parks novel, Just My Luck. What happens when your dreams come true? Lexi and Jake Greenwood find out in a fast-paced domestic thriller guaranteed to pique the interest of every lottery player. The couple relishes their luck at winning almost £18 million, but it comes at a cost. The couple is part of a group of friends who have shared 15 years of friendly dinners, family trips, and the common purchasing of the weekly lottery ticket. The friends' regular gatherings have shaped their children's lives to the point where 15-year-old Emily Greenwood is dating the son of one couple and is best friends with the daughter of another. To further complicate matters, the group apparently fell apart the week before the winning numbers were drawn, calling into question any rights to the money. In come the lawyers, lies, greed, and jealousy, and a possible connection between the Greenwood's luck and the sentencing of a property manager for the carbon monoxide poisoning of a mother and son. Full of plot twists and sketchy characters, Parks's latest will have readers wondering what they would do in the same position. And that is the Booklist Review. And that's another great beach, or if you like, lake read, since we have more lakes around here. It's getting to be summertime, so all the summer books are coming out. Our second recommended read for this week is the new Nikki French thriller, The Other Side of the Door. At the start of this pitch-perfect thriller from British author French, the husband-wife team of Sean French and Nikki Gerard, band singer Bonnie finds her summer fling boyfriend and fellow band member Hayden dead on the floor of a friend's London apartment. She proceeds to hide the corpse and obliterate every sign of her presence at the crime scene. This course of action is, predictably, full of pitfalls. Hayden's well-known involvement with other women could have provided Bonnie a motive for murder. To complicate matters, at least one more person appears to have altered the crime scene. Told in a tantalizing series of flashbacks, the narrative draws you into the inner world of the protagonist, a tough cookie who, nevertheless, endures a relationship that's so abusive the reader is never quite sure that she did not in fact snap. French takes the time to tease out individual characters to a degree seldom seen in crime fiction, saving the final plot twist for the last page. That thriller is definitely going on my reading list. Moving on to our first audiobook recommendation for this week, it's the new Terry Blackstock thriller, Aftermath, read by Sarah Zimmerman. This gripping new thriller will leave you on the edge of your seat. A devastating explosion. 3 best friends are at the venue to hear their favorite band, but only one makes it out alive. A trunk full of evidence. When police stop Dustin Webb with a warrant to search his trunk, he knows there's been a mistake. He's former military and owns a security firm, but he's horrified when the officers find explosives and he can't fathom how they got there. An attorney who will risk it all for an old friend. Criminal attorney Jamie Powell was Dustin's best friend growing up. They haven't spoken since he left for basic training, but she's the first person he thinks of when he's arrested. Jamie knows she's putting her career on the line by defending an accused terrorist, but she'd never abandon him. Someone is framing Dustin to take the fall for shocking acts of violence. But why? We'll have to read or listen to the book to find out. Our second audiobook recommendation for this week is the novel Lawn Boy, written by Jonathan Evison and read by P.J. O'Clan. This moving 5th novel from Evison enters the wry, conflicted mind of Mike Munoz, a recently fired yard worker with a real talent for topiary and a genuine love for landscaping. When Mike is sacked, after refusing to comply with the client's orders to pick up after his dog, he takes refuge in the one place in the world that has always welcomed him, the library. As he tries to figure out what to do next, Mike contemplates writing the great American landscaping novel, the sort of novel he'd like to read. But writing novels, he realizes, isn't for people like him. Landscapers, especially unemployed ones, had bills to pay, cars to fix, and disabled siblings to care for. Evison convincingly evokes the small disasters and humiliations that beset America's working poor. Mike's gradual growth into self-awareness is punctuated by moments of human kindness and grace that transpire in and among broken down trucks, trailer parks, and strip malls. Focusing on the workers who will only ever be welcome in gated communities as hired help, Evison's quiet novel beautifully considers the deterioration of the American dream, and that is the Starred Publishers Weekly Review. Our first streaming recommendation for this week is the 1964 classic, The Pawnbroker, available through Amazon Prime Video. The actor Rod Steiger was nominated for an Oscar for his brava turn as Sol Nazarman, a Holocaust survivor and Harlem pawnshop owner in this searing drama from the director Sidney Lumet. Nazarman copes with his trauma by treating everyone, from employees to strangers, with a calculated coldness. But he finds himself unable to compartmentalize his pain as his past begins to encroach upon and merge with his present. Ralph Rosenblum's influential subliminal editing and Boris Kaufman's moody cinematography create a powerful first-person experience, projecting a disagreeable subject with power and cognancy. And that's the New York Times overview. So if you're looking for a really great drama, check out The Pawnbroker. Our second streaming recommendation for this week is The Woman in the Window, which is available through Netflix. Amy Adams stars in this Alfred Hitchcock-influenced thriller about an alcoholic agoraphobe named Anna, who believes she witnessed a murder in the building across from her spacious New York brownstone. But she can't get the police to agree. The film is based on an A.J. Finn novel, adapted to the screen by the director Joe Wright and the screenwriter Tracy Letts, who also plays Anna's therapist. The Woman in the Window features multiple surprise twists, played out by an A-list cast of characters, performed by the actors Gary Oldman, Julianne Moore, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Wyatt Russell. Wright is known for visually stylish and overtly theatrical movies like Anna Karenina and Atonement, featuring dynamic camera moves, off-kilter framing, dramatic lighting, and outsized performances, all of which are put into service here for a murder mystery where nothing is as it seems. And finally, our Hoopla recommendation for this week. I'm a huge blues fan. I particularly love British blues from the 60s, and you may or may not be aware that the original band Fleetwood Mac was a blues band, led by the great guitarist Peter Green, who sadly passed away in the last few years. And Mick Fleetwood gathered a bunch of people together to do a tribute to him, which is this album, Celebrate the Music of Peter Green and the Early Years of Fleetwood Mac. It's a live concert album, and it's available through Hoopla. It features, of course, Mick Fleetwood. You'll also find John Mayall's on the album, Christine McVie, Pete Townsend, Bill Wyman, and a bunch of other great blues players. So check it out. If you have questions about this weekly video cast, let me know. Send an email to me at reimerl@stls.org, and I'll get back to you. Current library hours are, and they have just changed, so you may not have heard about them, but currently the library is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and that includes Wednesdays now. We are open on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we are still closed on Sundays. The library's website is found at ssclibrary.org. You can access a whole host of information through our website, including our calendar of events and the online versions of our catalogs. StarCat and the BookMine app. StarCat is the catalog of physical library materials available to all card holders of the public libraries in the Southern Tier Library System, which encompasses the public libraries in Steuben, Chemung, Yates, Schuyler, and Allegheny counties. You can find StarCat online at starcat.stls.org, or you can download the BookMine app, which is basically StarCat in app form, and you can download it to your mobile device and access the catalog at your convenience through your mobile device. The digital catalog and its companion apps Libby and Overdrive. The digital catalog features eBooks, downloadable audiobooks, magazines, and a handful of streaming videos. Also of note, you can check out eBooks through the digital catalog and enjoy them on your dedicated e-reader, like the Kindle Paperwhite. For mobile devices, you download the Libby or Overdrive app. The Libby app is for newer devices, and the Overdrive app is for older devices and Kindle tablets. Additionally of note, the digital catalog is found online at stls.overdrive.com, so you can enjoy content from the digital catalog on a computer if you wish. Content in the digital catalog is available for all card holders within the Southern Tier Library System. Hoopla. The Hoopla catalog features eBooks, comic books, full-length albums, downloadable audiobooks, and streaming videos, including both TV shows and movies. All Hoopla items are available for instant checkout for Southeast Steuben County Library card holders with a maximum of 6 checkouts per month. You can download the Hoopla app to your mobile device, video streaming player, or smart TV, or you can go online to hoopladigital.com and check out materials on your computer and enjoy them through your desktop or laptop computer. Communicating with the library. If you have questions about library services during the pandemic, or really at any time, you are welcome to go the traditional route and simply give us a call. Our phone number is area code 607-936-3713. Again, that's area code 607-936-3713. You can also connect with the library via social media. The library has pages on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Library blogs. We have our Book Club for Adults blog found at ssclbook.club, and as you might expect, that features information on the monthly Book Club for Adults. We have the Corning NY History blog, which is our local history blog found at corningnyhistory.com. That features weekly postings that show photos of the area back in the day. And Creation Stationery, the Makerspace blog found at creationstationery.com. That's a complimentary blog for our Makerspace. We have the Story Musings blog a blog hosted by the library's resident author and head of adult services, Michelle Wells, that can be found at storymusing.blogspot.com. And finally, Tech and Book Talk, a readers, viewers, and listeners advisory blog with occasional helpful how-to tech tips thrown in for good measure, and that's found at sscltech.com. And briefly, here are our references of the week. And that's the program for this week. I'll be back next week with a new edition of Library Connections. Have a great day.